Good morning, incredible humans. I am a little bit late today because I was an idiot last night and I stayed up watching Netflix way too late. And so as a consequence was a total mess this morning and didn't have time to make lunches I did have time to make lunches. I chose not to make lunches last night. So I was running around this morning like a headless chook, looked positively homeless, dropping my kids off at kindy in school. And then got home and it's like, okay, Shona, you've got an hour to get your shit together. Like, have a shower, put some makeup on, do the dishes from last night, do what you need to do, and then come on and be fully present for you guys. So we're up to day 3. It's the last day of our money mindset mastermind for mums in business. I am super fucking proud of myself, actually. I haven't done lives like this for a public group. Not already my paying clients in a long time. And I think that's why I was so nervous on day 1. I was kind of like a bit all over the place. But yesterday I fucking crushed it. So make sure you watch day 2. Let's pull a card first and then get stuck into it. So last night I stayed up. My husband's not well at the moment. So he's like drugged up on medication and just, coming home from work and literally going straight to bed, taking his boots off and getting into bed. He's that exhausted. And he won't take a sick day because he's a bloody stubborn male. So my weekend's probably about to get written off. And the kids both have a cough. Not sick though, just this weird cough. And I just have this like asthma-y cough too. But it's like not affecting us in any other way apart from this annoying cough. But last night he fell asleep really early, and we normally watch what he likes to watch on Netflix because I can kind of get into it, but he can't really get into what I watch, like, at all. And I get that. I'm a bit of a nerd, so documentaries on black holes and quantum physics and Doctor Who marathons and Lord of the Rings, he kind of struggles to get into. But we can both watch Fixer Upper, that's fun and fluffy and that's okay. So watching that last night, he fell asleep. I made him go to bed. And then I was like scrolling. I'm like, what else can I watch on Netflix? Like, I just want something fluffy. I don't want something that I'm going to wake up, at 3 o'clock in the morning and start thinking about particle acceleration and get really excited about. So I was scrolling and I found Working Mums, which I've binged. This is a thing. Last time I found this show, there was only season 1 on Netflix, and I stayed up till 4:30 in the morning binging on it because it was just hilarious and it made me feel so good and so related and so understood. And the same fucking thing happened last night. But I only watched 6 episodes because it was season 2, and I'm like, you know what, Shoni, you've done this before and you stayed till 4 a.m. You are not doing that again. So I cut myself off at 1. But that's still pretty late for me. Like, I'm pregnant and I'm exhausted, and there are fighting cats in our neighborhood at the moment, in our little cul-de-sac. There are these cats that fight every fucking night, and it sounds like they're literally outside your window, and they meow and meow, and it's so annoying. So I'm like not getting great sleep anyway. But I made the stupid decision last night to stay up really late. So forgive me for being late. I'm here, I'm present, I'm ready. Let's rock this. Cards are shuffled. Let's choose an affirmation for today. Hand on heart. What intention does this group, the people watching the replay, the people watching this in 2 years' time, what do they need to hear? What message do they need to trust in today and call more into their life? I'm looking at the wrong side of the cards. Let's try again. Ooh. I release stress and fear around money. How perfect is that one? Is it time for you to release stress and fear around money? Because I definitely know this was a big one for me at the start of my money mindset journey. I would have to repeat this to myself every day, multiple times a day. Every time I would open, a bill, I release the stress, I release the fear. I no longer allow that into my life. I would repeat it to myself over and over and over again. Every time I started to panic about the future, every time I started to worry about money, every time I checked the bank account and go, I would have to repeat to myself, I release stress and fear around money. I'm no longer available for stress and fear around money. So this one is a very, very powerful affirmation for the beginning of your journey, and for always, but more importantly, in the beginning of your journey. If you make part of this your arsenal against money fear, this affirmation that you say and repeat to yourself every time you feel that fear and stress start creeping in. Repeat this to yourself again and again until you can move on to, I no longer have space in my life for stress and fear around money. I am no longer available for stress. Why am I hiccuping? For stress and fear around money, and it just becomes like that's something you don't even need to say because you don't have stress and fear around money. So that was today's affirmation. I'm going to put that right there on my computer so I remember to write it in the comments at the end. Okay, so we have a lot to get through today. Let's dive in. So today I want to talk about charging your worth. I have spoken about this multiple times in my Sexy Selfish Elite group. It is something that comes up every couple of days, not even joking. As soon as like new people are coming into the group, they're joining the elite, one of the first questions that pops up is like, I don't know how to charge my worth. People are telling me I should charge more and I don't like it doesn't feel comfortable for me. And charging your worth is so important. But to do that, you need to work not only on your worthiness and your feelings and understanding how much value you bring to the table. You also need to step energetically into the place where you're charging your worth before you physically step into it. Because what I see happen all the time is people, launch a program, a product, a service, a course, whatever it is, and they see someone else in that industry prices a lot higher, or, they've got a coach or a mentor telling them, you could sell 5 programs at $1,000, or you could sell one product for $5,000 and, leverage your time and leverage your effort. And we all understand that scalability concept. The problem is we get excited and we're like, yes, I'm going to make more money. I'm going to start charging $5K for my service instead of $1K, and I'm going to add so much extra value. We do that. We do it and we're excited. And then it fucking flops and we freak out and go, I've charged too much. I'm not worth that much. And this negative spiral and story continues. I've just realized I didn't put deodorant on today. Do you ever do that? Like I've just remembered I didn't put any on. Baby brain. I forgot a kid's birthday party this Saturday that I'd RSVP to and put on my calendar and set a reminder on my phone. And it all just didn't click until 4 o'clock and the party was over. I was like, oh, show you moron. And then had to do that awkward bump into the mum at kindy this morning, be like, I'm so sorry. And she just looked and she's like, pregnant babe, chill out. I get it. I forgot everything. Actually forgot her kid one day at school. So I'm feeling great. It was only my birthday party. Anyway, we step into that space physically where we start charging more and we get excited about the prospect of making X amount of money. The problem is we skip the energetic work. And so when you do something physically and you're going, yes, I'm so excited to charge 5K for this offer, or yes, I'm going to raise my prices, or yes, I'm going to take this big scary step. But energetically, we haven't actually done the mindset work behind it to match up with that. When it flops, we send ourselves into this spiral, right? Because if you're energetically still at a place where you're calling in clients who pay you $1,000 a month, suddenly you're charging $5,000 a month, but you're still energetically calling in the $1,000 a month people, it's not quite going to work, is it? So charging your worth is a multifaceted process, I believe, and it's something that people aren't talking about enough. Everyone's talking about scaling and charging more and, moving into that place where you do make 6-7 figures, but the energetic work to match that is just not coming up in conversation. And that's where people are going, but I saw she did it. She did what I'm trying to do. She charges what I'm trying to charge, and I give better value, and I do this, and my product is a higher quality. And we start going, what's wrong with it? It's me. There's something wrong with me. People don't like me. I'm charging too much. And we begin this negative self-talk spiral down into, I can't do this. I'm going to quit. Why is it not working for me? We've all experienced a small portion of that. It would be so rare to find a woman in business who hasn't had that negative self-talk spiral. I certainly have it all the time. That's why I have a coach on speed dial. I call Lauren and I'm like, help me, it's happening again. It's just like, pull your head out your ass. Oh, hi, Sandra. It doesn't tell me who's on because there's so many women in this group that I don't friend or know. So until they comment, I have no idea who's on. So yeah, check out the replay. Come back and watch this whenever. Oh, it's good. It's so good. But people aren't talking about the energetic work behind it. So when we think that things don't work, we're going, oh, it's me, it's my problem. There's something wrong with me. And it's not. It's just that we've skipped that gap where you understand your worth and you're excited about it and you are comfortable with selling and saying, I am worth this much. Because selling is really serving. It really is. And everyone's always going, oh, don't call it selling, call it sharing, and like fluffing over the fact that we actually sell, and selling is not some dirty, disgusting thing that we shouldn't be talking about. It's like marketing. People are like, oh, I don't do marketing, I just share with passion. And it's like, just call it what it is. It's fucking marketing, and it's not a dirty thing. It's actually a really, really exciting thing. Why is my alarm going off? Why is my alarm? Oh, fucking hell, diabetes. That's not going to work today. I meant to test my blood every 2 hours, but I'm drinking a coffee, so my numbers will be through the roof. So I'm just going to have to skip my breakfast test. So charging your worth. A couple of my tips around this is if you are increasing your prices, or if you've got prices now that you still feel a little bit uncomfortable with, there are steps that you can take to sit more into it, feel more comfortable in that price, feel more confident asking for money, feel more confident selling. A couple of things I did, I raised my prices. I actually dropped most of my prices down to like the universal numbers. So my programs went from 997 to 888 because that number is really exciting for me. And one of my programs, the 10-day Money Babe Challenge, went from 197 to 111 because that was the number that was being called. But my private coaching moved from 444 to 777 per month. And that's obviously not a little jump. It's not $100. It's quite a decent jump. And what I had to realize is I needed to change who I was speaking to, because I had been speaking to women with hobby level businesses that could afford kind of like the $100 a week coaching bracket. And I now needed to change my language. I needed to change the way that I was speaking. I needed to call in a different type of energy. Suddenly I was calling in women with that next level of business who are ready to drop. They already are spending about $1,000 a month on courses, programs, personal development, mentoring. They're already comfortable with investing that level of money. So the language, you got to think about, who am I calling in? Because the clients that you call in at $400 a month, the clients that you call in at $700 a month are different clients. The clients who buy your $7 hair bow and the clients who buy your big box of baby goodies that they post to their best friend who lives interstate, those are different people. They might have the same pain points, but you need to energetically match where you're trying to go. You need to speak to them like, who are they? How am I calling them in? And energetically step into that place where you are someone who makes X amount a month. So if you're increasing your prices, so let's start with, if your prices are the same, but you still feel uncomfortable asking for money, I need you to understand that you cannot impact the people that you want to impact. You cannot change the lives that you want to change. You cannot make this world a better place if you can't afford fucking milk, right? You can't help the clients. You can't get out to do those charity events. You can't spend the extra time volunteering. You can't impact the world in a positive way that you want to impact if you don't have fuel to put in your car, if you can't hire the staff that you need, if you can't outsource, if you can't spend all that money going to meetings to get your book deal out in the world. And the book's going to change fucking lives. But if you don't have money to get to that meeting, to do that meeting, the book's never going to happen, right? You need to make money so that you can impact this world in a really, really positive way. And it's a bit, this side, this mirror is like back to front, where it doesn't look like a normal mirror. So every time I go to fix my hair on one side, I end up messing up the other side. When I was in network marketing, there were certain levels that you were in. And the very base level, you were making about $500 a month. And it was called a senior consultant. And for a lot of people, an extra $500 a month is a huge bonus. But I also had friends and mentors that I was working with who were making $300,000 a month. So, and what they would say was so powerful, because these people weren't driving, 8 different cars. They were out feeding the homeless. They made $300,000 a month, and they spent 2 full days a week out helping the homeless. And so everyone was kind of like, how are you comfortable with making that much money? How do you do that? How do you make that all work mentally and energetically? And he's like, you know what? I realized you can't fucking help people on that senior consultant check. You can't have what was called a president's team impact. You can't have the impact on helping all those homeless people, to have basic health care and getting showers and finding housing. I can't help those people. I can't do that thing on a senior consultant check. And it just hit me like, oh my God, you're right. I can't impact all the women and the mums and the kids that I want to impact. I can't make sure that there are copies of the book that I'm writing in every high school. I can't make sure that every single playgroup and library has a copy of my book. If I'm playing small, if I'm stuck in like, oh, I'm fine, just charging $400 a month for my services, that's okay. Just, it's okay. Do you want a discount? I can't have that huge impact that I desire to change the fucking world if I'm cool with making $300 a month. I need that money to be able to impact the world in a positive way. So I want you to take a step back, put yourself out of the picture for a minute and be like, what is the bigger impact I'm trying to achieve? And every time you are selling something, every time you are, taking those payment details from someone, it's getting you a little step further closer to that impact. So just if you can keep that in perspective, keep that in your mind. Also thinking about the value that you are giving to people, whether it's through your product, service, program, mentoring, whatever it is. If you understand and you're confident in the value that you are giving people in exchange for that money, it all matches up. Then it's easy to ask for X amount of money. It is so fucking easy for me to ask for money for my programs. It is so easy because I know every single one of my programs is fucking life-changing. Every single one of my programs is my 10-day Money Babe challenge is fucking life-changing for people. The feedback that I get is just beyond, I'm in tears every time I read like the end of the 10 days and they send me their feedback. I know what I've put out there is changing lives. And my 6-part Money for Mummy program, I went back, I had to, I moved everything over from an old system that I was using to a new website system with a proper membership. So it's all locked in and they can access it in a different way. But as I was moving everything across, I had to watch all the videos as they were loading. And I haven't done that in probably about 5 months since the start of this year, actually. So for about 7 months. I normally listen every 3 months. Like if I'm expecting that people can come back and use this content over and over again, I have to walk the walk, talk the talk, right? So I was watching this and I called my husband. I'm like, Aaron, this shit is so fucking good. It is so good. Like I know my shit. This is fucking amazing. If you feel like that about your product, then it is easy to charge your worth. It is easy to sell. It never feels dirty and awful. And you are that fucking excited about what you do and what you sell and the way that you're able to impact and change those people's lives. When you're that fucking excited about it, it's easy. It's easy. I know my programs change lives. So it is easy for me to say, this is what it's worth. How to get to that point, if you're not there already, or how to remind yourself of that, is actually go back and look at your shit. Get excited, write down how does my product, service, whatever, how does it add value to people? How are they feeling before they get to experience? How do they feel after? And just realize how much of an impact you're making. You can do that with your business. You can also just do it if you're looking at increasing your feelings of your own worthiness and self-worth. You can just do that in your day-to-day life as well. I know there's some women in this group and who'll be watching the replay who don't have a business of their own. You can actually just do that at the end of every day. Sit down and write down at least one way that you added value into someone's life today. And it could be something as simple as I let that little old lady who looked really, really stressed out in her car trying to turn into traffic, I let her into traffic and she gave me a big smile and a big wave, and I know that made her day a little bit better. It might be I wrote a really cute note on my kids' banana and I put it in their lunchbox, and they came home and said that that was really cool, Mum, which is a great idea I got off of Rachel from Hopscotch Branding. And I did not take a photo to share it with her, but I basically wrote, Eric, you are so awesome, and I'm ridiculously proud of you. I am ridiculously proud of my son. He is autistic and on the spectrum. And yet, even with that, and being, when he first started school, he was 18 months delayed, and we've now got him, it's only about 3 months delayed. But he was one of only 4 kids in his entire year level to actually reach all of his literacy goals for the semester, like all of the literacy goals he had to do. So he's off this morning to a morning tea with the principal. They're having this like little group morning tea, and he's so excited, and like he did his hair nice, and he was asking me about manners, like, should I say thank you to Miss Holland, or do I say you're welcome because I got the A? And I'm like, mate. So I'm so proud of him. So how do you add value to people's lives? It might have been, helping, open the door for someone. It might have been you provided a really great training, or you did an interview, or you did a podcast where you know that you added lots of value to. It might have just been sending out a follow-up email to your client just saying, like, look, your event was amazing. I really enjoyed working with you. It might be sending a testimonial to someone you've purchased something from and just saying, hey, this was awesome. And you're adding value to someone else's life. How are you adding value to the world? How are you adding value to your clients and the people that follow you? And do that every single day. After a couple of weeks, it will be impossible not to realize how amazing you are and how worthy you are of love and abundance and joy and success. So does anyone have any questions about charging your worth? Spilled that. And I think deciding your price points, charging your worth is such an internal thing. I know that there's some business mentors out there that will tell you need 6 months of market research, you need to do your price points, you need to conduct interviews about your price points. And there's so much stuff out there like telling you that how you price your product can be so integral. It's not. Tune in here, really. Because if you're excited and you're connected and you're aligned to what you're creating, what you're selling, how you're serving people, you will call in the right people. If you're energetically thinking that your headband is really worth $7 that you're selling, by the way, look at this little badass cutie from Kmart. Yeah. Teal is the color for me this year. If you think your headband's worth $7 and your business mentor or the online program that you're a part of is telling you that market research and that people will pay more for your Luxe brand if it's $29.95, but energetic, you're like, this is $7. You got 2 choices. You can up yourself energetically to match that $29.95, or you can just accept that sometimes your heart knows what's best. Maybe you run a company with $7 headbands. That's okay too. Like, you've got to listen inside as well and trust that what you're excited about doing for the world is the right thing for you. So that was my little rant. It actually went for longer than I was going to think about charging your worth. It's an interesting one. It's one we talk about a lot in the Sexy Selfish Elite. But if you do have more questions about that, if you do want to dive deeper into that, that is something I would do with my one-on-one coaching clients. So you can always reach out to me or send my assistant an email, and we can have a chat about what that entails and how that would help. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was 5-step manifestation process, right? This is actually a mini part of our Getting Shit Done live workshop. It's like literally it's a huge workshop, but right at the end we talk about the 5-step manifesting process, which is what I'm going to share with you guys quickly today, so you can start implementing this at home. Obviously, I'm not going to go super deep into it because people pay a lot of money to attend this program and this course in a live workshop with myself and Shelley from Compass Collective, and they obviously deserve that deeper level work with that. So the 5-step manifesting process, and this kind of explains why every single day I've been asking you to write down 50 things you're grateful for. Gratitude is huge. Actually, I'm going to show you this cute little journal I got. I was so excited. I actually went back and I've got a bunch of these I'm sending to my private clients, my one-on-one clients. 365-day book for gratitude every day. Gratitude journaling was not something, see, it's got all the dates there. Gratitude journaling, it's from Kmart. Let me just get that out there because I know I'm going to get an inbox about it. From Kmart, it was like $5. 365-page notebook, so 1 page a day. Gratitude journaling was not something I did. I've always been a journaler. Literally, I've got all my journals from when I was 12 and 13 and met my husband. And he was just a boy at school then. Bad boy. And I would write like SS, heart, AG, and all this stuff in my notebooks. I've got all of them. I should show you guys one day. It'd be hilarious, absolutely hilarious. So I've always been a journaler, but gratitude journaling was something that I learned through the network marketing company I was in. So as many cons as being a part of that experience, there was so many pros as well. Gratitude journaling was a part of the self-development journey that I was introduced through the network marketing company. And what it basically was we would do these 90-day plans. You'd have to take all this action during the day, and then at night sit down and write 3 things you're grateful for. That was a habit that I started 4 or 5 years ago. How old Holly? She's 5. About 4.5 years ago, I started that practice, and I still do it every single night. I have one of these books next to my bed, and just as I sit in bed, it literally takes me 10 seconds to just write down 3 things I'm grateful for. It doesn't have to be business related. It's not specifically like I have to tick off X, Y, Z. It's just whatever I'm feeling called to share. So sometimes that's like, I'm grateful for coffee. I am grateful for kindy, that my daughter goes to kindy. I am grateful for I'm grateful for cough lozenges, for throat lozenges, whatever it is. Sometimes it's like, I'm grateful for my lungs that give me air to breathe, and I'm grateful for grass that feels good between my toes, and I'm grateful for orgasms because they are awesome. Like, whatever it is, sometimes it is about my business. I'm so grateful for my beautiful client, Jane, who succeeded. Whatever it is, gratitude, because gratitude is like the highest vibration that you can be in to manifest. Actually, no, I would say orgasms are the highest vibration you can be in to manifest, but that's hard to maintain continuously. You can't like have that all day long, but you can, oh, actually that'd be great. Probably good. You can stay in a state of gratitude all day by just tweaking the way that you're thinking, the way that you're seeing the world. So having a gratitude habit, a gratitude process is a really great way to tap into that, to bring you out of fear and desperation and shame and pull you up into those higher vibrational energies so that you can actually manifest faster. So gratitude is so important. At least 3 things a day. If you don't want to write them, sit in bed, or when you do jump in the shower, or when you sit in the car at a stoplight. You got to create your own habit that works for your life. Just be conscious of things that you are grateful for. The more grateful you are, the attitude of gratitude helps you manifest faster. So that's step 1. Step 1 is gratitude. Step 2, when you're looking to manifest more joy and abundance and wealth into your life, is decluttering. We spoke about this, was it yesterday? Yesterday, creating a vacuum, creating space in your life for the thing you're trying to manifest to come into your life. This is part of that. You have to declutter your space. You have to mentally declutter. You have to social media declutter your desktop, declutter your office. Seriously, get the garbage bags out and clean up your fucking life. Get your shit together. Go through your wardrobe, any clothes that make you feel restricted, any clothes that make you feel uncomfortable. I don't care if you put those jeans away because, one day in 20 years they might fit again. No, fuck them off. You don't deserve a reminder or a punishment or a goal, or you don't have to have that. Get rid of that. You should not be ever restricting or reminding yourself to restrict and contract. Clean out your shit. In a nutshell, Clean out your shit. Declutter your life. Simplify things. Create space for the good things to come into. If you want to touch more on that, check out yesterday's video, which was all about creating that space. Create space for the new. Step number 3, get fucking crystal clear on what you actually want. We've also talked about this over the last couple of days. Money needs a purpose. Your goals and your intentions need to know what the fuck they're working for. What do you want? Do you want money to buy a Chanel handbag? Do you want money for a tit job? Do you want money so you can buy a new mattress for your mum who's got back pain? Like, what do you actually want the money for? Money needs a purpose, and it needs to be so clear, like to the point of you know exactly how much the things you want and desire cost. Maybe you just want a really nice camper trailer. Maybe you want a trip to Fiji. Maybe you want to be able to hire 2 new staff members in your business. I don't care, whatever it is. There's no right or wrong, but you need to know exactly what you want, down to the color of the car that you want, down to the type of tires in the car that you want. If you want that boob job, which doctor are you going to? How much does it cost? How many days are you going to have to take off work? I want you to get so fucking specific with your goals that it is impossible for you to even consider that you won't achieve them. So specific. The universe loves feelings and emotions and imagery, and create that vision board. Go get magazines, print things off Pinterest, and cut them and glue them and physically make a thing which you can connect to those feelings and emotions regularly. I've showed before in some of my live streams or IGTV, I have one right next to my bed, which has all these beautiful images of things I want to manifest into my life, things that I already have manifested. Actually, I should probably update it. Might explain why I haven't hit my income goals the last couple of months, but I need to update that so that when I see it, it invokes strong feelings and responses, so that my vibe is energetic, like vibration is elevated, so that I'm calling those things in. They're keeping front and center in my subconscious. So you need to get really clear. Oh, baby Kiki. You need to get really, really clear on what you want. Always comes back to that, doesn't it? And then you need to switch your mindset to positivity and abundance. So these are things like using affirmations, using meditations, just being a little bit more present so that you can recognize when that negative self-talk comes up, when you start to go, oh, I don't think I can do this, or they're doing so much better than me, or blah, 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 blah. We'll never be able to afford that house. Like, if you're more present and mindful through things like meditation and affirmations and being part of a supportive community that encourages positivity, it's easier for you to go, oh, wait, stop, deep breath, negative thoughts, acknowledged, goodbye, shifting, right? Switch your mindset to positivity and abundance. And that's when you can do things like join a course, read the books, listen to podcasts, do your manifestation rituals, burn incense, meditate, all those things. Surround yourself with other positive people who understand what you're trying to achieve and support you and cheer you on in what you're trying to achieve, which is the reason why I created the Sexy Selfish Elite. So everyone could have that tribe. My inbox is going fucking spastic right now. Stop it. I can see it on my computer. So I'm just going to tap these so they can leave me alone. What's I saying? Switch your mindset to positive abundance and understand your self-worth. Keep tapping into that gratitude. Keep tapping into, I add so much value to the world in XYZ way. And like that visualization. Why can't I talk right now? The visualization that I just mentioned with having a vision board and having things that you're constantly like reviewing your goals, that gets you excited. That gets you really fucking excited. When I want to energetically level up, I go online and I watch videos about people who are camping in Victorian high country, people who are, like seeing those epic views. I watch like Australian tourism videos with scenery and up at Kakadu, and like that's what I watch to get excited about, because that's what I want. I want to see these places. I want to stand on those hills and on those cliffs, and I want to breathe that air, and it gets me so excited just watching videos on YouTube. Like, go and test drive the car, right? Stay in that state of abundance and positivity. And when you do that, that's showing the universe that you have trust and you have faith that what you're manifesting is going to come to you. The last step is remember to buy cough drops. No, I'm joking. That's just for me. Receive, reflect, and repeat. So receiving money is a whole nother step that I'll probably do a podcast on. But in essentially, like, people can be really great manifestors, but not very good money receivers. Having large sums of money in their bank account can make them feel really uncomfortable. Actually receiving and being given money, especially for women, there's this whole like, oh, you know, go out to dinner with a friend and they're like, oh, I'll pay. And you're like, no, I'll pay. Like, we can't receive a gift of money. There's this, like, to be a good girl, you have to be like, I'll do it. No, thank you. It's okay. Like, I'll take it. Don't worry. I'm shouting you coffee, whatever. And there's nothing wrong with shouting people coffee. There's nothing wrong with getting the bill, but you've got to be able to receive money as well. It's the intention behind that action. It's the energy behind it that is different. So when you're saying no to receiving money or to receiving a gift because fear and because it feels dirty and wrong and you shouldn't accept it, is different to saying, like, no, I'll get it. I want to pay for this. I want to pay for this because I'm excited and I want to, you know, do that for you. That's something I really want to do. It's whether it comes from obligation or whether it comes from heart space. So receiving money, my easiest tip, if you feel uncomfortable receiving money, if you're someone that has to blow every cent of their paycheck, if you're someone that feels like a sense of comfort within that restriction of a severe budget, which I know I certainly was, the way to feel more comfortable with receiving money is to have your savings account and just put a small amount in it every single week. And I'm talking like $5 if that's where you need to start. Don't go big or go home with your savings, because it's like starting on a cabbage soup diet. It never works long term. Start with a very, very small amount. Get comfortable with that being in there. Increase it, get comfortable with that being in there. Increase it, get comfortable with that being and staying in there and knowing that it's okay to have it in there. It doesn't mean the world's going to fall down. It doesn't mean that, you know, you're taking money when other people need it. Get comfortable with receiving money. Get comfortable with having money in your life, having money in your bank account, seeing your money grow rather than reduce. And then repeat. Rinse, motherfucking repeat. 5 steps. Let's look at them again. I close the folder. Why did I close the folder? And I will type this in the comments too, so you can check it out. Step 1, gratitude. Step 2, declutter your life and create space for the new. Step 3, get clear in exactly what you desire. It's great. If you haven't done my 10-day Money Babe challenge, the 10-day Money Babe challenge essentially takes you through this process in a really, really more in-depth way. So if this is intriguing for you and you want to learn more about this, 10-day Money Babe challenge is where it's at. Switch your mindset to positivity and abundance and receive, reflect, and repeat. Ta-da! So that is what I wanted to speak with you guys about today. That's kind of the GPS. In the last 3 days, we have touched on the tip of the iceberg of money mindset and how it relates to business and growth and abundance. Literally the tip of the iceberg. But I hope with that alone, you have got so much value. I hope you have enjoyed the last 3 days. And whether you're watching the replay of this in 3 or 4 years' time, or whether you've been joining on live, I hope that you have enjoyed it, that you've learned something, that you're feeling more excited and more empowered about your business, your financial future, and your ability to manifest amazing things. Remember today's mantra? I release stress and fear around money. I release stress and fear around money. Repeat, repeat, motherfucking repeat. So I've had so much fun the last 3 days joining you guys on these live streams. So much fun. And they will be available forever in this group. And I'll probably put them on YouTube and on the podcast as well, so you can come and check them out. If you would like to know more about anything I've spoken about. If you would like to access my freebie hub, if you would like to sign up for one of my courses or reach out to me about one-on-one coaching, all that information is available on the website. You can find it all there. And I look forward to seeing you either in the Facebook group, one of my programs, which are fucking awesome, toot toot, Marion Horn, or working with you one-on-one would be really, really amazing too. So I hope to work with you again more in the future, and I know you would have got so much value out of the last 3 days. So enjoy, go forth, prosper,